Hello and welcome to the Synergy Sanctum. This is our series focused on positive life coaching lessons with Squee the Immortal, where we aim to provide everyone with awareness and coaching that is focused on identifying your goals and your values, ensuring that the steps you take on your own adventure are aligned with that return on time that you are seeking, and sharing countless strategies focused on positive mindsets, resilience, and flourishing as a person each and every day. Let's get into today's episode. We kind of mentioned this previously, this idea that these decisions about risk versus reward lead to our habits, right? So all of these experiences we have, these decisions we make, are we prioritizing like our comfort and that's it? Are we prioritizing maybe like sitting in that state of uncertainty for a moment and assessing if there's going to be a positive outcome and a reward to engaging in this? And all of these decisions, whatever decision you make, it doesn't ultimately matter if you decide like risk or reward, is leading to your habits being created, right? Now, habits are something I think everyone's familiar with. It's something that you like repetitively do. It's something that you're not even like really thinking about, right? So there was this philosopher named William James, and he provided a ton of context and background around how to think of habits and habit creation and how to like basically utilize this knowledge of what's happening in your mind to take control of your habits, right? So basically bringing awareness to everybody about how your habits are happening, why they're happening, and whether it's a positive or a negative habit. He provides three maxims that I'll go over here shortly of how to think about habits and how to ensure that they're fully within your control. So one of the main things that he says that defines a habit is this idea that it shouldn't require conscious thought, right? So I should have my daily rituals or my daily habits should be something that are happening, right? They're just happening. I'm not having to give energy or thought to them. It's just something that I like, it's ingrained in me, right? Because of my experiences, because of my decisions with risk versus reward, that is how my mind is utilizing habits, right? So what William James proposes is this idea that we should try to give to our like basically to our habits anything we can possibly do, right? We want to give these details of our daily life over to this effortless automation that is a part of us if we have our habits, right? And everybody has habits, whether they're positive or negative. You have habits based off of your experiences and everything that's led you to who you are today, right? And the idea is to like give more and more of these habits to this like this automation, right? This idea that it's like it's out of my control, it's just something I'm going to do. And if we're taking the time to reflect about what's important to us, what I want to spend my time doing, how it's filling my cup, it becomes easier to kind of just let the reins go and let our brains take over and allow this to happen, right? And it becomes way easier to trust that these habits that I'm not giving thought to are aligned, right? Because I've taken the time to pause and think about what do I want to continue to do going forward and how am I going to do that? So William James defines habit as these mental actions that don't require any conscious thought, right? So basically our daily actions or habits are happening based off of how we've previously thought, felt, acted, and now we're giving the reins over to these habits, and these habits are happening going forward with how we might think, act, or feel, right? And he proposes that we should take control of this and try to put in as many useful actions as we can into this like power of habits, right? And we should put useful actions into there. But let's define useful, right? Like what is useful? So based on everything we've discussed in all of these segments, useful is something that is aligned with your character strengths, aligned with what's important to you, what you value, aligned with how you want to spend your time versus how you need to spend your time, or aligned with what you know will be positive for you, right? Because we want to try to fill our day with as many positive experiences as we can. And because not only is that filling our cup, but it's combating whatever negative experiences we have, going back to that 1-to-3 ratio. And it's something that we should like be trying to do each and every day. And this is so important because our brain, our mind is trying to lead us to this state of comfort and familiarity and control, right? It is something that is an essential need, right? This need to feel comfortable and in control is as essential as that food and water need that we all have as people, right? So this risk versus reward threatens that need, and that's why it's so important to ensure that we have intentional habits and actions built in to combat this, right? To make sure that, like, on an unconscious level, our brain is deciding based off of our habits what is going to lead us to the best case for learning and growth, as well as safety and comfort.